Welcome back, dear friends. This time, we're escaping from an evil monster. I think his name is Wally.
He locked us in this giant basement and closed all the passages with keys. Our task is to find all 15 keys and figure out how to escape from here. Let's go.
Great. We found the first lock pretty quickly.
Behind the door with the red lock, we found a blue key. Now we need to find the blue door.
Oops. I saw some interference on the screen. It seems like that's how the monster indicates he's nearby.
I hope we don't run into him anytime soon. We still need to figure out how to escape from him and where to hide.
Let's try climbing into that ventilation shaft.
All right, I have a hypothesis that we can hide from the monster in the ventilation shafts. Since he's so tall, I think it would be very difficult for him to bend down that low.
He was right in front of us. Quick, jump into the ventilation.
Phew, that was close. It looks like my hypothesis was correct. The monster is leaving, so I think we can climb out now. We outsmarted him quite cleverly, didn't we, Dobie?
Yeah, that was a very smart move. Only sheriffs could have figured that out.
Oh, look, there's the blue lock. Let's open that door quickly.
There's another door here. Does it lead to paradise?
It doesn't look like it. There are stairs everywhere leading to nowhere.
You speak as if you've been to paradise and know what it looks like. What if it really is?
Anything is possible, Dobie. I've only seen the green lock. And look, we found another one, a yellow key. Let's quickly find where we can use it. Dobie, do you remember how in our childhood we used to play horror games? Especially the one where we had to find notes in the forest and avoid Slender Man?
Oh, of course I remember. That was something. We always played late at night when it got dark and scary. I remember sitting in your room with the lights off, trying not to scream in terror when Slender Man appeared on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. We had this rule. If anyone screamed, the game was over. But it was so tough. I still remember that one time I got so scared, I nearly knocked over the table.
And remember that time we hid under the table after a particularly scary moment in the game? Your parents walked in and couldn't understand why we were hiding under the table.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. We told them we were just looking for a lost pencil, but really we were just scared out of our minds.
It's funny to look back on now, but back then, we were on the edge. It's interesting how those games toughened us up. Now we're brave sheriffs, ready for anything.
Absolutely. I think those games taught us how to deal with fear and act under pressure. If you can handle Slender Man, you can handle anything.
Agreed. And in a way, they even helped develop our analytical skills. We had to not only evade the monster, but also collect clues, find notes.
Yes, and that came in handy in real life. We learned to quickly analyze situations and make decisions under pressure.
And, of course, to be courageous. Sheriffs can't afford to be scared. We have to protect our town and its people.
Exactly. And maybe it's thanks to those nights with horror games that we became who we are now. Although, honestly, I still sometimes have nightmares about Slender Man.
Me too, Labrador. But now we know that any fears can be overcome if you have a reliable friend by your side.
Wow, it's a toy vending machine, but we don't have time to play because a monster is chasing us.
Labrador, didn't you notice how we inserted the coin when we approached it? Looks like we snagged the green key from there. Do you remember where we need to use it?
I remember the green lock was in the paradise. We just need to find it now.
The door to paradise was behind the blue lock. It seems if we keep walking along this wall, we'll eventually get there.
It seems I remembered this place. There it is. Hopefully the monster won't remember that we came here and won't be waiting for us.
It's time to return to paradise, as strange as that may sound.
Listen, Dobie, we're no strangers to crawling through vents and doing parkour. We've already completed a lot of escapes. By the way, guys, be sure to check out the other escapes too. They're also very interesting.
So, we can say that in paradise, we exchanged the green key for the brown one. Let's continue our adventure.
We searched for the brown lock for a long time, so we had to speed up a bit.
Where is that door? I'm already tired.
Oh, there it is, hooray! Guys, I hope you didn't get impatient.
Okay, now we have the pink key. I think I roughly remember where the pink lock is. When we see the pink wall, we need to walk along the right side, and that way we'll definitely reach our goal.
I'm sure we're very close. We just need to wait out the monster. He's quite foolish because he might just stand by the ventilation shaft and wait for us to come out.
Here are the pink walls. I can congratulate us because we're moving in the right direction.
Yes, we finally found it. What will this door give us?
What is this? Some kind of seed? Oh, I get it. While we were searching for the brown door, we saw a patch of dirt in one place. I remember where it is. Let's go.
Exactly, this is the place. I can see it already. Hopefully we're right.
We'll find out now. Hooray! Something has grown. I think we can climb up this stem to get to the top.
Exactly, I always knew our intuition was spot on.
Let's skip the part where we search for the orange door.
It must be around here somewhere, I remember for sure.
Yes, there it is. Whew, let's go inside.
Oh, there was a white door. I thought we were going to end up in paradise again.
But here's just another key. Why did we have to go through a portal for this? Strange, but okay. Now our task is to find the white door.
Dobie, I think this is the key to the gray door. But either way, let's check it on the first one we come across.
Let's sit in the vents for a bit and then run. I roughly remember where the gray door is. Let's head towards it.
Okay, so if the safe zone is on the left, then to get to the gray door, we just need to walk straight ahead in the center. Let's test this out.
Okay, here to the right and straight ahead.
Looks like I see something in the distance.
We found it. Let's check if it's the white key or the gray one.
I guessed it. The key was for the gray door. Now let's look for the purple one. We definitely passed by it a few times.
And there it is, along with another portal. It's quite intriguing.
Wow, it's like we're inside a computer. This must be paradise for programmers.
Haha, Labrador, that was a good one.
We're remembering the door with the black key. What do we have here, an axe?
It looks like it. I've seen boards somewhere. Listen, since we're talking about modern technology, let's share an incident from our work with the guys. Labrador, remember that day when our entire town was plunged into a full-blown electronic apocalypse?
Of course, Dobie. It was something else. It all started with everyone returning their gadgets to stores the morning after the new virtual glasses were released. They were all complaining about charging issues and strange occurrences with their smart homes.
And it turned out one of the employees at the company that released those glasses was to blame. Somehow, he had embedded malicious software into the glasses' firmware, which hypnotized users and spread a virus through electricity.
As soon as the virus started spreading, the whole town fell victim to technical malfunctions. People were worried their smart homes and devices could completely malfunction.
We were considering various scenarios the whole time, from a global electrical failure to a cyber attack. But thanks to our resourcefulness and persistence, we managed to uncover the connection between all the incidents.
Yes, we noticed the virus was somehow using electricity to spread. It was a real challenge for our department, but we didn't give up.
When we finally figured out what was happening, found that employee, and determined how he had introduced the virus, it was a huge relief. We were able to stop the virus from spreading further and prevent further disruptions.
And in the end, thanks to our quick response and teamwork, we saved our town from a technical catastrophe. Now people can use their electronics without fear of them turning into instruments of evil.
So, we found the black key. It was worth remembering that the black door leads to paradise for programmers. Now, we just need to find it.
So, we just entered it. Judging by the number of keys above, we found all 15. Great job, Dobie.
I know where we need to go. The blue lock was between a pile of dirt and the pink lock. Let's head there.
So guys, we found the blue door and some kind of timer started. I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh my god, and not without reason. Evil monster WALLY couldn't stand that we found all his keys. Run!
Oops, that was a dead end. We need to be more careful. I hope the monster doesn't catch up because of this.
Jump, duck!
Where's the duck? Do we need to take it with us?
No, I meant you need to duck to pass under that pile of garbage.
Oops, let's forget that misunderstanding. The monster is getting closer and closer. It's worrying me. Let's hurry up.
I've come up with a tactic. Always go where you need to, not into a dead end. If you see a fork ahead, turn the camera sideways in any direction beforehand. That way, when we reach the center of the fork, we'll see either a dead end or a passage on our screen, and we'll immediately know which way to turn. Which way?
Genius idea, Dobie. I'm impressed by your cleverness. Your method saved us, and now we can leave this place with peace of mind.
Thank you for the compliment, Labrador. It seems like this is not just a door to paradise, but to freedom.
Haha, stairs again. How ironic. I guess the monster can't teleport, so it won't reach us here anymore.
Therefore, we can officially consider that we've escaped from this creepy giant basement.
Thank you, friends, for being with us. But it's time to move on to the next place. Hello, everyone, friends. We've been waiting for this escape for a long time. Today, we're going to escape from Krusty Krab.
But during our escape, we have an essential mission to help Plankton steal the secret Krabby Patty formula. This is very intriguing to me, as we've all always been curious about what Plankton is after.
Wow, here we are, meeting one of the main characters. Oops, I wanted him to lift us up with his spatula.
I can't wait to see the other characters from my favorite cartoon.
I think he's busy, that's why he doesn't notice us.
Now we are gonna jump right on my favorite fries.
There's Plankton, I think we need to go to him.
Looks like we need to jump on these balls.
Yes, let's do it.
Look, someone spilled some sauce up ahead. It will get in our way a bit, but it's not a problem.
Of course, we'll just jump over it.
Looks like we'll have to climb higher next.
The higher the better. We'll have a good view from there.
I like climbing higher and looking around. You feel like some kind of bird.
Yes, you captured my feelings well.
Who could have forgotten these knives here?
I think they were forgotten here a long time ago.
We need to go down again. Let's jump down.
Let's do it right now.
Woohoo, that was awesome.
Let's talk to Plankton again.
He knows what we need.
We just need to jump on these burgers to move forward.
I think so too. We can use them to reach that door. The main thing is not to fall off these burgers.
Our jumps need to be bigger. Otherwise, how would we jump over these burgers?
That's true. We're jumping very high.
With these jumps, we'll reach the door very quickly.
We're almost there. Just a little more and we'll reach the door.
Wow, holy cow, it's a giant burger that wants to steal us away.
What? Where are we? Did we get eaten by a giant Krabby Patty burger?
Looks like it. We need to get out of here quickly.
I think we need to be more careful here. Otherwise, we'll melt in the stomach of the giant Krabby Patty burger.
I agree with you, Dobie. I wouldn't want to melt here either.
See that red pipe? Looks like we should go there.
All right, let's head over there.
Wow, that's grand. From the scraps the Krabby Patty burger ate, such a huge obstacle course was formed.
We just need to get through it. Then I think everything will become clear.
Look at that giant hot dog. I love hot dogs so much. I wish I could eat it.
I think we shouldn't touch that sauce. It's better to jump over it.
Most likely, it's not sauce but lava or something similar, just camouflaged.
We quickly got past that hot dog. Let's continue at this pace and move forward.
Let's do it. I'm all for it. Looking at all this food makes me want to eat more and more.
Look, there's bacon on a fork up ahead. The giant Krabby Patty burger ate everything in sight, even things that shouldn't be eaten.
Yeah, if it were like us, it would have had indigestion a long time ago.
Once we get out, I think we should tell him that, or he'll keep eating everything he sees.
Right now, the main thing is not to fall into the boiling oil. I don't want to become a French fry.
Everyone loves French fries, but no one wants to get fried like French fries themselves.
What are these balls? I think we need to climb onto them.
Let's climb up. There's no other way around.
I think the obstacles ahead will be even more thrilling and challenging. We need to stay focused to overcome them.
Everything here is so yellow. It's as if even the walls are made of cheese.
Cheese is great. I love cheese and Krabby Patties. It's so delicious.
Look, there's that red pipe again. I think we should go there again.
Looks like this pipe leads to new challenges again.
Wow, now there are green walls here. It looks like it's all made of some kind of salad.
I think to avoid getting lost, we should follow the yellow road.
Look at that juicy French fry standing here. I would gladly eat it right now.
I wouldn't refuse some French fries right now either.
That's a long ladder, but we'll have to climb it.
It's very long. Such ladders are rarely made without a reason. They probably want to hide something from us.
I think they're hiding another red pipe from us that leads to more obstacles.
Maybe, but I still don't understand why they made this ladder so long.
It's almost the end. Let's find out what's there.
You were right, Labrador. It's another red pipe.
Look, it seems we'll have to jump over kebabs.
Wow, there's also a slippery floor there. This will be harder than I thought.
Even though the floor is slippery, it's not as difficult as I thought.
Looks like the next challenge is a giant downhill slide, like a big icy slope.
You're right, Dobie. This is indeed a giant downhill slope.
Wow, what speed? We're flying so fast.
It's really very fast.
What was that? Where are we?
I think we're in Mr. Krabs' office.
Looks like it, but how do we get out of here?
I think we'll need to open the safe.
Let's do that then. There's no other way out anyway.
To open the safe, we'll need to solve a puzzle. I think we can handle it quickly, especially since I'm an expert at this.
Ah, so there's nothing complicated here. We just need to cut the wires in the right sequence.
All right, let's do it.
The main thing here is not to make a mistake in the sequence.
All done? The safe is open?
Oh no, we're getting sucked in. Hang on, Labrador.
Phew, are we really inside the safe now?
Wow, it looks like it. There's so much money here.
Hey, Dobie, I just remembered when you and I first ended up in Bikini Bottom. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. It's impossible to forget something like that.
It was something. Dobie and I, ordinary sheriffs, suddenly found ourselves in the heart of Bikini Bottom.
We were just patrolling our town, and then, bang, and found themselves in a world underwater.
And then SpongeBob himself appeared in front of us. He told us about the problems with the treacherous squid.
And we, of course, could not pass by. SpongeBob and his friends needed help.
We got down to business. We chased the squid through the Bikini Bottom jungle like real heroes.
In the end, we caught this squid and brought peace and tranquility back to Bikini Bottom.
Phew, looks like we made it out of the Krusty Krab.
Looks like now we'll have to search for the formula at SpongeBob's house.
Let's hurry and get there.
Looks like we'll have to cross an obstacle-filled road to get to his house.
Let's run through it as fast as we can.
This obstacle course looks a lot like our training grounds for sheriff's deputies.
Yes, it's very similar. Remember how long and hard we trained there before our first outing as sheriffs?
Of course, I remember. That was a great time. I really loved that training ground.
And even earlier, we took our driving test there. That was a long time ago.
We did the best of everyone that time.
Oh, there's SpongeBob's house. We need to go inside.
Look, there's SpongeBob himself, selling unnecessary items.
Wow, we're inside SpongeBob's house. What should we do next?
I think we need to find the button that opens the closed door.
Yes, let's do that. Let's find this button.
First, we should check all the rooms where the door isn't locked.
Yes, let's go through this door on the side.
Oh, this is SpongeBob's kitchen. We should look around here.
Look, there's a button over there. We should probably press it.
Wow, another door just opened.
That's a secret passage. I think we should go in there.
Yes, let's go there. I think something more valuable awaits us.
Let's head towards the adventure quickly.
Let's do it.
Oh, look, this is SpongeBob's bedroom.
Be careful not to wake Gary. The formula might be in his shell.
Oh no, do we have to kill him?
I think we're almost there with the formula in our hands.
Yes, I can already see our future success.
Let's go ahead and climb into Gary's shell.
Oh, we're right inside Gary's shell. Let's do this quickly.
I'm eager to move on to new challenges too.
Let's slide down this hill. I think there's a way forward at the bottom.
Oh, I love these slides. They have such great speed.
That's a weak slide. I couldn't pick up much speed.
Yeah, it wasn't fast. But let's continue straight through this passage.
Oops, I got distracted by the cardboard boxes of food in Gary's stomach. How did he eat those?
He must have been very hungry.
The main thing is to jump carefully. We wouldn't want to be stuck here forever.
Everything will be fine. After all, you and I are top-class sheriffs.
Oh, look, Gary's slime. Just be careful not to fall into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall in there either. That slime is so slippery and gross.
What are these papers doing here? I think there's some important documents SpongeBob lost.
Oops, looks like it was a trick.
That's not fair. Why did the developer make them invisible?
Oh, what are these bones? Could this be Gary's spine?
It's kind of unsettling to realize that we're climbing over someone's bones.
I think he must have been ticklish just now. Oh no, just look at where we've ended up.
Ugh, not this. The worst thing that could have happened to us. All right, let's forget about it. I think the formula must be somewhere around here.
We need to be more careful ahead. The floor there is very slippery.
Phew, is this the exit? I hope I don't have nightmares about us falling into Gary's poop.
Oh, we made it out of Gary's shell. That wasn't easy.
Look, now Plankton is sitting and reading the formula right inside Gary's shell.
It seems like we've won. We found the formula after many trials and challenges.
Yes, it was an unforgettable adventure.
Stay here because we're moving on.
Hello, everybody. Sheriff Labrador and Dobie here.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. As you may have guessed, today we are escaping from Mr. Smiley's daycare. Let's get started.
It's hard not to notice all these neon arrows leading to the ventilation. By the way, didn't you find it strange that he was just standing there staring at us?
I think all these facts point to Mr. Smiley conducting experiments on us. Or he's playing with us like we're lab rats.
You must be right, and he's just crazy. I think he'll be watching us through surveillance cameras throughout all the trials. Brr!
I agree, it's creepy, but we're sheriffs. We won't be scared by that.
Meanwhile, we're parkouring over pipes in the sewers. Did we fall into a manhole?
I don't remember that either. I think we entered through the ventilation, not a manhole. Everything in this daycare is so strange.
Well, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that I'm the best parkourist in our town, and we'll get through this challenge quickly.
Let's think about how we got here. We're not kids, after all.
It seems like there are two possibilities here. Either he's grabbing everyone and tossing them in a cell regardless of age, or he's a bit blind and didn't notice we're not kids.
It seems to me like he knew we were sheriffs and wanted to see if professionals could pass all his challenges.
That's also a great theory, but we still have to figure all of this out.
Oh, look, there's a big fan on the floor here. It blows so hard that we're being lifted up.
But we need to be careful and watch out for the laser to protect our heads.
Great job. We've reached the next obstacle. I see a grill ahead. It looks like we need to press these buttons to open it.
I hope we don't have to press them simultaneously.
Let's check it now. We just need to jump over this rotating platform.
We've been walking through this sewer for a long time. I have a question. Why is it so gigantic, and where does all this acidic water come from?
Great. There's just one button left. I don't understand why they made such a huge sewer, but I think the acid is what powers all these mechanisms and engines in these trials.
I remembered an interesting story about how we saved our city from an acid flood, but I'll tell it in a couple of minutes. So watch the video to the end, guys.
Great, the gates are open. Let's go.
Hold on, we need to pass one more rotating platform.
I know we can do it. This was a very simple challenge.
I'm still bothered by the fact that the sewer is connected to the ventilation. The whole daycare must smell awful.
It seems like it's depicted here that children love us and pull us towards the ground. What could this mean? And who leaves these drawings?
Wow, look, he's right in front of us. Why isn't he paying attention to us? I don't think he can't hear us.
I think he's deliberately ignoring us to attack when we least expect it.
Oh, you were right, but now we need to make a run for it.
He's very close. Ow! Oh no, what's happening? Where is he taking us?
If I'm honest, I didn't understand his intentions. Maybe he wanted to take us back to the cell but accidentally swallowed us.
It seems to me that those crawling kids distracted us. We need to check on this right now.
It looks like both Mr. Smiley and the kids are interested in us. They seem to be in it together. Perhaps he feeds them a special blend.
Great, it seems like we've confused him a bit and he's stuck. It's a good moment to make our escape.
It seems we need to jump into this hole. Goodbye, Mr. Smiley.
Hey, just don't crash on the way down.
Nice job, Dobie. We landed next to the ball pit. Let's keep going.
I already have an idea of what we need to do in this challenge. One pipe should be enough for us.
While we're going through this challenge, let's tell the guys the promised story.
With pleasure, I will tell this story. This day started off as usual, but soon we began receiving alarming reports from the townspeople. Water coming out of their taps was unusual, starting to acidify and even change color. Labrador and I were immediately dispatched to investigate this strange situation.
Arriving on scene, we inspected several homes and saw that the situation was indeed serious. Water flowing from the taps was not only acidic, but also of various colors, from green to purple. This immediately put us on alert because such a thing couldn't be a coincidence.
We began our investigation and soon discovered that the problem stemmed from an error by one of the sewer workers who had mistakenly connected the pipes beneath the laboratory. Waste from the lab, containing acidic substances, had started to flow into the city's water systems.
We realized that if we didn't stop this flow of acid, the city could be in danger. We urgently called in specialists to help us regain control of the situation and prevent further contamination of the water.
Through our combined efforts with our team, we set up temporary barriers and started pumping out the contaminated water from the system. While engineers worked to fix the errors, we ensured the safety of residents and coordinated the evacuation of those in particularly hazardous areas.
Wow, look, while we were telling the story, we reached the boss battle. The sign said we need to knock Mr. Smiley down. But how do we do that?
Let's get this sorted out. I noticed there are small children on his platform. I'm sure they'll be in our way.
Let's observe what he's going to do.
I think it's better to run before he jumps on us.
Oh, let's retreat.
2, we need to be more careful. Just like the sewer worker under the laboratory from our story.
I agree. He should have been more careful when he was fixing the pipes. But the main thing is that everything turned out fine, and this incident showed us how important it is to be vigilant and prepared to help, regardless of the job.
Oh no! Did you see how that kid sneakily grabbed our legs and wouldn't let go? Where does he get all that strength from? And he pulled us down too. But now we know we need to steer clear of those kids.
I got it. We need to lure him and wait until he starts attacking, then step aside at the right moment so he falls into the lava.
Ha ha ha! Why do these kids fly so amusingly into the stratosphere?
Why is he so close to the edge but not falling? Maybe we need to wait a bit longer or step back a bit later.
Try to step back as quickly as possible so he doesn't have time to react.
And also, we need to stand closer to the edge of this platform.
Oh no! One kid did manage to grab onto us after all. How did that happen? There were so few of them left here.
Yay! We dodged it! That's what you get, Mr. Smiley. I hope we don't encounter him again, and he won't hinder our escape from here.
Let's continue our escape. The main thing is not to fall now. That would be really frustrating, especially if we had to start the battle all over again.
Looks like we need to take the elevator. There are so many floors. It seems like this isn't a daycare, but an entire complex.
Wow! Just look at how enormous these rooms are. I can't believe all this was made by Mr. Smiley just to amuse himself by watching us go through these trials and fall into traps.
Oops! Yeah, this is all very strange and mystical. I wish the author had added some notes so we could better understand the plot. Damn. Here we go again with these rotating platforms, and there are 10 times more of them.
And I also see a bunch of swinging maces ahead. There must be 10 times more of them than in one of the previous trials. Why are we being tortured now if we defeated Mr. Smiley and there's no one left to watch us? Or maybe those little crawling kids are actually adult souls trapped in children's bodies. Brr.
And it's like the kids actually organized all of this, and Mr. Smiley was just a tool in their hands. That's truly creepy, Dobie, but I think we're overthinking it. This daycare couldn't have such a well-thought-out and captivating plot. We should save this idea and create a game like this. Guys, would you play a game created by Sheriff Labrador and Dobie?
Hey, that sounds like a great idea. Now we just need to learn how to create games. Speaking of games, since we're on the topic, let's tell the guys the story about how we saved our residents' computers from a massive virus outbreak.
Of course! Don't worry, there won't be any viruses in our game. It just happens to be a coincidence. This day seemed ordinary until we started receiving anxious calls from the town residents. Everyone was talking about strange updates on their computers that couldn't be postponed. Immediately after installing the updates, their screens were flooded with pop-ups, and some computers demanded ransom to unlock. Someone was so scared that they even threw their computer in the trash. Dobie and I realized this was serious and required immediate action.
Our first step was to determine the source of the problem. We found out that the operating system update came from one of the largest software companies. We went there to conduct our investigation.
At the company, we discovered that none of the employees were aware of what was happening. However, after carefully examining the security logs, we found out that a new employee had recently joined the company. This employee had been planning their sinister plan for years, writing the virus in advance and figuring out how to embed it into the update. He wrote it down on a flash drive and once he was hired, put his plan into action.
Realizing the need for swift action, we turned to the city's best programmers. Together, we started working on removing the virus and restoring the systems. We had to immerse ourselves in cybersecurity to understand how to combat this evil.
The process was complex and demanding. We had to develop special programs to remove the virus and recover data on infected computers. Programmers worked day and night, while we ensured coordination and support.
Thanks to our combined efforts and perseverance, we managed to create a program that eliminated the virus and restored the systems of the town's residents. We spread it through local media and social networks so everyone could download and install this fix.
Hooray! Dobie, we've escaped from that daycare. That means it's time for us to say goodbye. Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to escape from prison.
But this is no ordinary prison. It's the prison of the amazing digital circus.
That's right, Dobie. We're in for some exciting challenges and puzzles. I think we'll even uncover some secrets and mysteries of the actual series, The Amazing Digital Circus. Let's get started.
Strangely, it smells like candy in the ventilation. Maybe they're making cotton candy nearby.
I don't think so. We're in a prison. Have you watched both episodes?
Yes, I recently watched the second episode, and I'm eagerly waiting for the next one. I was really surprised that Kane is an artificial intelligence.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was just Pomni's imagination, and the others were playing along with her.
We got out of the ventilation, and I'm still hoping to find some cotton candy.
What? Did you hear that? It seems we're not alone. Oh my God, why did she come out of the wall?
Hurry, run away from her. Hopefully she's slower than we.
I wonder why they locked us up. Maybe we found the exit of the digital circus.
Look, she got stuck. I think they locked us in the cage because we know too much, or they just don't want to share their cotton candy with us.
Stop talking about it. Do you have sugar brains? If that's the case, then I'll be a zombie.
All right, I won't talk about it anymore. I just want something sweet. It's a pity we can't eat chocolate, and I don't have any dog chocolate.
Have you had chocolate with you all this time? That would have been a great bait. Why didn't you throw it at Pomni?
Honestly, I didn't even think about it. And I doubt the characters of the digital circus know how to eat. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to continuously record their shows, and they already come out very slowly.
It seems we ended up in the toilet through the ventilation. I wouldn't want the service guy to burst into the ventilation while I'm doing my business.
Wait, inspect the other stalls.
Oops! I'm sorry, sir. I'm burning with embarrassment right now. Let's get out of this awkward situation as quickly as possible.
Didn't it seem strange to you that he was just standing there, staring at the wall? Maybe he was eavesdropping on us to find out our vulnerabilities, and he's our main boss. If that's the case, it's a very interesting twist of events. In that case, I retract my apologies.
It seems you're exaggerating, Dobie. Maybe he just hadn't started doing his business yet. Look at his big skull and those bright neon eyes. I would like to have something like him at home. A beautiful statue with lighting.
Yeah, he's really cool. Phew, a giant boulder just rolled past us. It's a good thing we didn't reach it in time. It would have flattened us into pancakes.
Another boulder. That's a very simple challenge. I can't wait for a powerful boss to appear so we can play on equal terms.
Labrador, do you think the characters of the digital circus will be able to get out of it?
I don't know, but every story has an end, and it's likely to be in the last episode.
Curious where we're headed. Ah, it seems I understand now. It's the boss room.
Looks like you guessed wrong. It's Zubal's dungeon. What did they lock her up for?
Oh no, the gates are closed. Look for the lever. It's probably in that room.
Yes, I see it. Strange room. Did Zubal really write all these inscriptions? It seems she's bored here all alone.
Oh no, she caught us. I hope we don't have to start all over again. That was unfair. That room acted like a trap because it was a dead end.
I agree, but our complaints won't help us get further, so let's focus on the game. By the way, guys, leave a comment on which modes in Roblox we should try next. If you want to see Dobie and me play the scariest Roblox map, give us a like.
I have a theory that everything around us is made of plasticine because it's all so bright and colorful. Plastic would have cracked a long time ago. We haven't even tried touching the walls. What if they're actually candy? That's why it smelled so sweet.
Dobie, it seems like you're starting to rave.
Sorry, Sheriff Labrador. It looks like the circus environment is affecting me. Maybe it's hypnotizing me with all its colors, and that's why I'm feeling dizzy. Or maybe it's because I didn't eat this morning.
I hope you don't turn into a hungry zombie with a sugar brain and eat me. Brr! That's scary.
To prevent this from happening, let's take a break from the game and tell the guys a story about how we saved the city from the attack of infected mutant ants.
Of course, it all started when a meteorite fell on the outskirts of the city. Initially, everyone thought it was a rare but harmless natural event. However, it soon became clear that the consequences of the meteorite's impact were far more terrifying. A few days after the fall, we began receiving reports of strange and aggressive ants attacking people and animals. At first, we thought it was just a coincidence, but it soon became evident that these were no ordinary ants.
When we arrived at the scene, we saw that the ants were huge, the size of a small dog, and their behavior was clearly aggressive. They attacked everything in their path, and there seemed to be a strange gleam in their eyes, as if they were being controlled by an unknown force. We immediately evacuated the residents of the nearby houses and began coordinating efforts with scientists and insect control specialists. It was clear to us that the mutant ants were somehow linked to the meteorite.
After thorough investigation, scientists discovered that the meteorite brought a virus from another planet, which mutated the local ants, making them huge and aggressive. The virus spread rapidly, and we had to find a way to stop it before the ants overran the entire city. We organized a search operation to locate the epicenter of the virus spread. It turned out that the main anthill was located near the meteorite crash site. We realized that if we destroyed the source of the virus, we could stop the ants.
Together with the team of specialists, we infiltrated the anthill. It was dangerous and challenging, but we knew we had no other choice. We set explosives and orchestrated a controlled explosion, destroying the virus epicenter.
After that, the ants quickly began to lose their mutant abilities and became less aggressive. Scientists developed an antivirus, which we sprayed throughout the city to neutralize the remaining infection hotspots. The city was saved, and the residents were able to return to normal life.
An amazing story. Being a sheriff sure exposes you to all sorts of new things. And the best part is, now we have something to talk about with our friends.
Yeah, Dobie, being a sheriff is cool. I have a bad feeling it seems like we're about to face the boss battle, finally.
Sheriff Labrador, just look at him. He's so funny. Ha 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 ha.
You're right, Dobie. Why is he looking in different directions? How can he see us?
To be honest, I feel a bit sorry for him too. Maybe we shouldn't kill him.
Ouch! He threw a tomato at us. Looks like that's all he's capable of. Unfortunately, we'll have to kill him because only then will the gates open and we can move forward.
Okay, let's focus on the boss. Grab the bazooka and shoot the same thing he's shooting.
Oh, take this tomato to the face, Jax.
That's what he deserves. Next time, he won't spoil vegetables and fruits. They could have gone to charity.
My face is already covered in vegetable scraps. Just a little bit more. He has very little HP left.
We did it. Well done.
Phew, he exploded so powerfully. We have his gun left. Maybe it will come in handy later.
Of course, it will be needed, Labrador. Ahead of us awaits the final boss, and we still don't know who it is. By the way, who do you think it is?
I think the main boss is Kinger because he's the king. So he's the ultimate boss. Let's tell the guys another story while we're on our way to him. It will be about how we were forgotten on a deserted island for a week.
It seems like one of those days when all plans vanish like smoke. Labrador and I decided to go fishing on a small boat in a secluded bay. But something went wrong. We lost our bearings and sailed into unknown waters.
Yeah, we definitely messed up with navigation. The weather was unstable and we found ourselves on a deserted island, far from civilization. At first it seemed like a thrilling adventure, but as the days passed, we started to worry.
We tried to send out SOS signals, but there was no one who could hear us. We had to survive on that island for the entire week.
But remember, Dobie, it wasn't just a trial. During our stay, we discovered something strange on the northern part of the island. It was a small bunker buried underground. At first glance, it seemed abandoned for a long time, but something inside made us suspect otherwise.
Yeah, and that turned out to be true. In the bunker, we found old records and documents indicating that this island was used by the military for secret experiments in the past. It turned out that research was conducted here to create biological weapons.
Oh, Dobie, it looks like we'll have to postpone the story for a bit because right now we're going to fight the main boss of this map, Kane.
He crafted himself some big combat suit. That's good protection.
You're right. Such a suit would come in handy for us at the police precinct, for example, during prisoner riots or mass terrorist attacks.
Just look at the attention he paid to the details of the suit. There's even a bow tie and a hat. I think he's a bit obsessed with gentlemanliness.
Yeah, thank goodness we took the bazooka from Jax. We would be running around the field unarmed right now, searching for an exit.
We've already taken off one of his arms. He's shooting half as effectively. Let's push harder. We're almost there.
Take this. Get it.
I'm tired of killing him too. When will we defeat him? Maybe we're not hitting him?
Yes.
We did it, Sheriff Labrador.
We need to celebrate this. How about going to the dog cafe?
Not a bad idea. Did you see how beautifully he exploded?
Yay, it seems you wanted to finish telling the story.
Right. Thanks for reminding me. We stopped at finding the abandoned bunker.
We were shocked by this discovery. The history of this place was dark and dangerous. We realized that something needed to be done to prevent further use of the island for sinister purposes.
We gathered all the information we found and did everything possible to reach the nearest settlement and report it. Our persistence and determination allowed us to return home and prevent a potential threat.
So, dear friends, today we escaped from the amazing digital circus prison and went through a lot of challenges, but it's time to say goodbye. Be sure to watch our other videos and don't forget to like. Hello, dear friends. Today we will be escaping from the evil dog head.
But we won't just be escaping. We need to help the mama cat find her kittens. There are 7 kittens in total.
Don't forget to like the video. Well, let's get started. She says there will be monsters waiting for us, but we already know who they are. Maybe they'll see us and think we're one of them.
I hope we don't find out the answer to that question from inside one of them. But that would be amusing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They came out so suddenly, I didn't expect them around the corner at all.
Look, we found a purple key on the ground. That means there's a purple hole nearby. I mean, a purple lock.
We found it. It seems there's a spawn point here for a reason. Let's go in.
Okay, it seems you're right. We need to do some parkour, but if we fall, we'll be eaten by the giant evil dog head.
It's interesting how she got in here, considering the doors are so small.
Oh no, we fell right next to her. Luckily, she's clumsy due to her size. It must be very cramped for her here. I don't think she was put here intentionally. She was probably born and raised here.
I even feel a little sorry for her. It seems she's never even seen sunlight. That's probably why her eyes are red.
Phew, we landed very lucky on another parkour element, so we won't have to go back far.
Yeah, Sheriff Labrador. Luck is one of the main factors in parkour.
It turns out this block falls too. It's fortunate that having good reflexes gives you a chance not to fall.
Reflexes are indeed good, but it seems like it was too slippery there to get a grip.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that I think luck is needed all the time, not just in parkour, but in life in general.
Rightly observed, Labrador. We've already passed the parkour. Somewhere around here is the lost kitten.
Here he is, poor thing sitting in the cage and crying. We need to quickly take him back to his mama cat. He might be hungry.
It seems we're headed into this portal. It wouldn't be cool to go through the parkour again in reverse.
Here's your little one, mama cat. Try not to lose track of them again. Now, let's go find the rest.
I hope this time it won't be as scary to find the key.
I'm afraid, Dobie, they might have gotten even angrier and called their friends so we couldn't rescue the others.
Yeah, let's try going left. Maybe there are fewer of them that way.
Wow, a banana. Maybe it's also some kind of special key.
It looks like it's a lure in case we get hungry.
Oh no, run! There are so many of them that the screen is shaking as they run.
When will we find the key already?
Here it is, finally. We found the key in the door right away.
Oh no, be careful. Go around them along the wall.
We managed to slip through. It's a good thing we're so agile.
I think there's a bone parkour here. I'm afraid to find out whose bones they are from.
Why is there a bone on the left if you can just... I got it. It was a scam.
Labrador, usually when people say scam, they mean an online deception for money.
Well, Dobby, now I know. By the way, what if the bones are here intentionally and they knew we'd come and gnaw on them? Did they think it would be so easy to bait us?
Unlikely. I have only one question. Why did they dress us up as cats? What if they had seen that we were dogs? They wouldn't have been hostile towards us.
Unfortunately, we won't find out because it's impossible to take it off. It's stuck.
I hear some sounds too. We need to get to the source. Maybe it's hypnotism for the kitten.
Perhaps. Here's the source, the head of the evil dog. It seems to be a fake. And in fact, it's a speaker.
It's emitting very strange sounds, as if it's a signal for aliens or a call for other crazy dog heads.
Hooray! Come on, little kitten. We'll take you back to your mom now.
I wonder where the father of these kittens is.
I hope he's safe. And those weren't his bones there.
Here's another kitten. Only 5 left to find.
Let's keep going and search for the keys.
It seems like this isn't a key. Why do we need a toilet?
This is a teleporter. It's strange that it's in the toilet. Maybe we're in the sewer.
Judging by the fact that we just jumped into the water, that's true. Oh, look, it's the evil doghead fish. How does its head not tip over?
It seems we need to somehow navigate around these air currents so we don't get pulled up towards the dogfish.
Yeah, I see a spot where we can swim through. The main thing is not to rush and hold our breath well.
Oops, looks like she can swim. I thought she was just standing still.
Hey, Labrador, what do you think this place is, and how did we end up here?
I have no idea, Dobie. It's definitely weird. Why are mama cat's kittens locked up in cages guarded by the heads of evil dogs? And why do we need to go through all these trials to reach them?
It seems they chose us precisely because they know we're the best sheriffs. Maybe these dog heads were once ordinary, kind dogs, but something went wrong with an experiment. Or they were intentionally made like this. But who and for what purpose could create such a strange place?
Perhaps it's the work of some mad scientist or a group of pranksters. Or maybe it's part of some larger experiment. Regardless, our priority right now is to figure out how to navigate through these challenges and rescue those kittens.
Agreed. It seems that each trial is designed to test our skills and problem-solving abilities. We'll save these kittens and uncover the mystery of this strange place.
Hold the kitten, let's go find the next one.
I hope they're okay and still alive after all this time. But I don't think kittens would taste good. Plus, they're small and bony.
Great, another key. The door must be nearby.
There it is. Hurry up.
All right, what's up this time? These trials are really exciting.
There is a lot of dirt and stones around. Are we underground?
Look, we stepped on some strange material and it disappeared right under our feet. Just hope there's no trap like in Minecraft when you dig below yourself.
I hope the kids aren't claustrophobic. Let's make the atmosphere a little less gloomy by telling the kids a story about how there was a feud between cats and dogs in town. But we managed to band together to prevent something terrible from happening. It was a tense time in our city. Dogs and cats were at each other's throats, constantly bickering and fighting over territory and resources. It seemed like there was no end to the animosity between them.
Indeed, Dobie. The situation was dire. The streets were filled with growls and hisses, and it felt like the city was on the brink of chaos. But then something unexpected happened.
One day, a series of mysterious disappearances occurred. Dogs and cats from all over the city were vanishing without a trace. At first, we thought it was just the usual conflicts escalating, but it soon became clear that something more sinister was at play.
We knew we had to act fast. Despite the long-standing animosity between our two species, we realized that we were all in this together. We couldn't let our differences divide us any longer.
So, we put aside our rivalry and joined forces to investigate the disappearances. Working together was challenging at first, but as we delved deeper into the mystery, we discovered evidence pointing to a common enemy.
Hooray! We saved a kitten! It turns out that a group of rogue animals, neither dog nor cat, was behind the disappearances. They were trying to sow discord among us, using our differences against us to further their own agenda.
But we weren't about to let them succeed. With the help of our fellow dogs and cats, we tracked down the culprits and put an end to their scheme. In doing so, we realized that despite our differences, we were stronger together.
How sneaky! There was an evil dog head waiting for us right behind the door. I'm very glad that now cats and dogs in our city no longer harbor hatred towards each other.
I completely agree with you. Look, we found a door and immediately found the key. Very convenient.
While we were looking for that door, we found another key. Since we found another door as well, let's go through this one.
Labrador, I just remembered another interesting story. I always love spending time in the forest, enjoying nature, and collecting mushrooms. One warm autumn day, I decided to go for a walk in the woods alone. Labrador was busy with city affairs, and I thought some solitude wouldn't hurt. As I walked along the narrow path, I relished the fresh air and the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves. Soon, I stumbled upon a clearing with magnificent white mushrooms, and I began gathering them into my basket. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise coming from deep within the forest and decided to check it out. As I got closer, the forest came alive. The tree branches seemed alive and were moving as if trying to grab me. In a panic, I started looking for a way back, but the path had disappeared. Gathering all my courage, I continued forward, hoping to find a way out.
Oh no, we made a mistake. We've been here before.
Suddenly, I stumbled upon a deep pit filled with water and saw a large bear heading towards it. I froze, not daring to breathe. While the bear drank, I slowly and quietly began to retreat. But one of the branches under my foot snapped, and the bear looked up, staring straight at me. My basket of mushrooms fell from my hands, and I ran. I dashed through the forest, avoiding branches, until I burst onto a familiar clearing where the path leading out of the forest began. My heart was pounding, but I kept running until I reached safety. When I finally emerged from the forest, I was exhausted, but happy to have avoided danger.
Very engaging story with an unexpected twist, Dobie. Thanks for sharing it with us. Well, we found another key and are hurrying to open the penultimate door. Let's hope everything's all right with the kittens.
I see him behind the glass wall. We need to figure out how to reach it.
It looks like we'll have to do some parkour on the rocks. By the way, it really reminds me of the floor is lava mode. Guys, be sure to check out the video about this mode on our channel.
I'd like to take this golden key and melt it down. It could fetch a pretty penny. Something tells me there's a spawn point here for a reason.
You're right, the evil dog ate us.
How I love my job. From the outside, it seems very difficult. To some extent, it is. But when the work is enjoyable for you, all the difficulties seem trivial. It's always fun when you have such a cool partner like you, Labrador.
Very kind words, Dobie, thank you. You're a great partner, too. But it seems like this is the last kitten.
Old Mama Cat, never lose your kittens again. Our adventure is coming to an end.
Here we are, finally out of that dreadful place and having done another good deed. It feels so satisfying. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching. Hello, everyone. Today we will be playing Disaster Island Survival.
Everything is correct, Sheriff Labrador. We are about to face several catastrophes. We will test our resilience and learn how to act in such situations.
As you could see in the distance, there is an island where we will find ourselves in a few moments, and we will strive to remain calm in order to make clear decisions.
We have spawned. It seems to be a large cottage, and there are even villas on the beach.
And palm trees. We need to grab a couple of coconuts just in case there is a zombie apocalypse and we need to survive in a bunker.
I don't think we will face such a tough challenge right away. First, there should be a catastrophe, not survival.
Just look at this. There is even an elevator. It's a very luxurious cottage. I would stay here for a couple of weeks.
It would be too much space for just the two of us and quite boring as well. I would invite all our friends.
I agree with you on that. We would have a great time here. But it seems the catastrophe is starting. It looks like there will be a heavy rain.
I'm afraid this is a sign that a flood is coming. We need to get as high as possible.
One moment, I want to confirm our suspicions. What if it's just a heavy rain?
No, it's very clear how quickly the water is covering everything on the ground.
I see the highest spot on this map. Let's climb up there.
Looks like we made it to the highest point, Labrador, just in time too. The water's rising fast.
Yeah, but it's getting crowded up here. We need to be careful. One wrong move and we could be knocked right into the water.
I know. If we fall in, we'll get soaked. And with this cold wind, we'll be shivering in no time. Not to mention the risk of getting sick.
Let's stay close to the center and keep our eyes open. If anyone gets too close, we'll politely remind them to give us some space.
Look, it seems the water has stopped rising. Maybe we can go a bit lower. It's safer there.
Good idea. There, we won't be crowded with others.
Look where the guy in the elevator went. He's going to drown.
Oh no, it looks like the water jammed the elevator's electronics and it's sinking. Poor guy.
Oh no! Someone pushed us into the water. Now our paws are wet. Why didn't we go to a deserted place like I said?
Hooray, buddy! We survived our first catastrophe. Now we know we need to be careful in crowds and always stay higher up.
All right, it looks like this is the Roblox office. Let's take the elevator to the top floor.
Oops, I hope that wasn't us who broke it. There will be a lot of people in the elevator now. We need to quickly press the button so they won't be able to get in.
Guys, you can't jump in the elevator or it might stop and you'll have to wait for the repairman.
I wonder if the guys who didn't get in the elevator with us will be able to escape the catastrophe. What if there's an earthquake now and we'll be in a disadvantageous position?
Someone didn't manage to get out of the elevator and they went down.
Judging by the warning, there's going to be a tsunami, so we were right to climb as high as possible. Great!
I wonder whose workspace is right in front of the elevator. It's not convenient, and the sounds of the moving elevator will be disturbing.
2 antennas. Let's climb up to the highest one.
I don't think there's a need to climb so high. And besides, there's a very high chance of falling and breaking into pieces up there.
Don't worry, Dobie. You remember that I'm a born parkourist.
Of course I remember. Here comes a giant wave. Let's tell the guys how you realized that parkour was for you and how you trained for it.
Of course. Back in the distant past, when I was still in school, I couldn't even imagine that parkour would become my calling. At that time, I was just an ordinary boy who spent more time with textbooks than outside.
Yes, but you always showed interest in physical activity. Do you remember how we often played games in the yard that involved running and jumping?
Of course I remember, but parkour, it was something completely new to me.
Hooray, we've overcome another catastrophe.
Oh right, where did I leave off? It all started by chance. One day, I saw a guy on the street effortlessly overcoming obstacles, as if dancing with them. I really liked it, so I decided to give it a try.
And how did it go?
Well, at first, it wasn't easy. I often fell and got bruises, but I didn't give up. I wanted to get better, so I kept training. Every day, I went out and jumped over railings, ran on roofs, and looked for new ways to move.
And eventually, you became a true master of parkour.
Yes, it was a long journey, but I realized that parkour is not just a sport. It's a way of life. It's about freedom, creativity, and self-confidence. And when I became sheriff, these qualities helped me in my work.
You're right, Labrador. Your experience in parkour has made you even more effective and flexible in fighting crime.
It looks like we're near an erupting volcano. Why would anyone build something close to a volcano? It's so dangerous.
Let's hope that the bubbling lava won't come flying at us directly in the face. Probably to prevent that from happening, we should move further away.
For example, we could squeeze in here between the containers, although it's very narrow and probably hard to breathe.
Then we should look around and find a better option. We could also try to hide in a house. At least there's a roof there.
Well, let's give it a try. The main thing is to have a good reaction in case the lava starts melting the wall and floor and flies towards us.
Labrador, let's talk about lava.
Okay. You know, Dobie, lava is such a fascinating and at the same time terrifying natural phenomenon.
Absolutely, Lab. Lava is both beautiful and deadly. It's amazing how something so destructive can also create new land.
Right? The sheer heat of it is incredible. Did you know that lava can reach temperatures of over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit?
That's scorching. It's hard to imagine something that hot. And the way it flows, almost like a slow-moving river, but with the potential to obliterate everything in its path.
It's a powerful reminder of the Earth's inner forces. I read somewhere that lava comes from the mantle, which is a part of the Earth that we'll never see, but it influences so much of what happens on the surface.
Yeah, and when it cools, it forms new rocks and even entire islands. It's like nature's way of recycling and renewing itself. It's hard to believe that all of this was created over time. Evolution is an amazing thing.
While we were talking about lava, we survived the catastrophe. So it looks like this place sells cars. As usual, let's take the elevator to the top floor.
I hear the sounds of breaking glass. I don't understand why they're breaking it. It could have protected us during a catastrophe.
In a few seconds, we'll find out what kind of catastrophe we'll be facing. In the meantime, we can explore the building.
Wow, there's a car. Let's try to take it for a ride.
Let's try it. Just make sure we get in faster than that guy.
We did it. We can go. Oh no, an earthquake. We need to get out of here quickly.
My God, the wheel came off out of nowhere. How are we going to leave from here?
Let's try to get into the elevator. Maybe we can still escape from here.
What? Ouch! The ceiling collapsed on us. I'm hitting the gas as hard as I can.
Come on, elevator. Why aren't you moving?
We made it. Now we'll escape.
Why is it so slow?
Half of the building has already collapsed.
No, our car completely fell apart. What a pity. I really wanted to drive around the streets.
I can't get out. For some reason, I'm being pushed back. It's probably the 9.0 earthquake.
We made it out, but unfortunately, our car didn't survive.
Let's tell the guys the story of how we saved the city from destruction. It was an ordinary day in our quiet town when suddenly everything changed. The ground started shaking, houses were cracking at the seams, and panic filled the streets. Dobie and I, the sheriffs of this town, immediately knew we were dealing with something unusual.
We quickly gathered the people to find out what was happening, but I had my suspicions.
Yes, Dobie suspected it wasn't a simple earthquake. While he talked to the residents, I went to the scientific center on the outskirts of town. There, learning from the scientists that they were conducting experiments with earthquakes, I realized the cause was human intervention.
We couldn't allow this experiment to lead to a catastrophe. Together with Lab, we developed a plan of action. We had to stop the earthquake and save the city.
After evacuating people from the danger zone, we started taking action. The scientific team helped us develop methods to minimize the consequences of the experiment and soften the blow.
Through our combined efforts, we managed to prevent further destruction and save our city from disaster. It was a real challenge, but we did it together, Labrador, and the city is grateful to us for that.
Meanwhile, we're riding up the mountain on a ski lift. It's a shame we didn't bring skis.
I noticed that the wind is very strong and we're swaying. I hope we're strapped in. I'm not very fond of heights either.
Oh no, the acid rain has started. We need to urgently take cover under a roof.
It's too small a house. I don't think it will withstand the acid for long. Let's move to the neighboring large house.
I agree with you. A wall has already been blown away. Let's run.
We need to think through our actions a bit to anticipate all the consequences and prevent failure.
Horror, she didn't make it in time.
It's good that we have a small supply of health-restoring provisions in our bag.
By the way, there was once acid rain in our city too. Let's tell how it was. It was one of those days when everything around seemed calm until this nightmare began. The sky turned dark and acid rain started falling on the streets. The townsfolk were in panic, and we, Sheriffs Dobie and I, realized we needed to act urgently.
First, we had to calm the people down and organize the evacuation of those in danger zones. But then we decided to find out the cause of this nightmare.
And we were shocked to learn that it was all caused by a mad scientist conducting weather experiments. He accidentally triggered this acid rain and couldn't stop it.
We realized we had no time for deliberation. We needed to act fast to save the city. We assembled a team of rescuers and headed to the scene.
We devised a plan to stop the rain and clean the air from acid fumes. It was dangerous, but we had to take risks.
With the help of special devices and chemical agents, we managed to neutralize the acid precipitation and prevent further destruction.
Great, we've even survived this catastrophe.
It was great fun, Labrador.
Yeah.
Well, folks, our video is coming to an end, which means it's time to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see the second episode of this Roblox place, let us know in the comments, and we won't say goodbye.
Hey everyone, it's Sheriff Labrador and Dobie here with you.
Yeah! Hi everyone, as you might have noticed, Joy is in the background. So today we need to escape from the Inside Out 2 prison.
By tradition, we enter the ventilation system in our cell. When will they upgrade the security system?
I think it's done intentionally to play with us while we go through the trials.
Interesting theory. So everything is deliberately planned to mock us. but they definitely don't know that we are professionals and will surely pass all the trials and defeat the final boss.
Labrador, it hasn't even been a minute, and we've already uncovered all the plans and secrets of this prison. It's not very exciting this way. I hope there's still something ahead that will surprise us.
Wow, here we are on the other side of the cell. I hope it's slower than us. What were you saying? Of course, Dobie. You know what? Ahead of us lies a multitude of amazing puzzles that we'll need to solve. I believe we'll even uncover a couple more secrets of this prison, because not everything here is as simple as it seems.
Okay, I hope you're right, but we'll have to crawl through the ventilation shafts again. I hope they at least clean them from dust.
Okay, dust aside, you can find something even worse in there, like giant spiders. Brr.
I thought you weren't afraid of spiders. Anyway, we ended up in the men's restroom, so Joy definitely won't come in here unless she's hiding something from us.
It seems strange to me that there were no toilets in the entire restroom, but never mind. We've ended up in some underground shaft beneath the prison. There's even lava here.
It reminded me of when we played Minecraft together, and you almost fell into lava while searching for diamonds. Guys, if you want us to post a video of our adventures in Minecraft, be sure to like and comment about it.
Phew! It's tricky because you can't see where this lava waterfall will come from.
But despite that, we managed it. Great job! Well, the next challenge seems like it should be easier.
And I think just the opposite. Here, not only do you need to jump over the spikes, but also calculate the distance and stand on the edge.
But this challenge is a piece of cake for us too.
Oh no, there's a giant boulder, but for some reason it's not rolling towards us. Maybe it's stuck.
That's really strange because there doesn't seem to be anything blocking it. Oh well, let's move on.
By the way, I completely forgot to ask. Guys, have you already watched the second part of Inside Out? I personally really liked it.
I also really liked it. I'm even thinking of rewatching it sometime. Overall, I recommend you to watch it.
Oh no, this room is a trap with a dead end. I hope pressing the lever was saved.
What's Barry doing here? Is he locked in a cage too? You guessed it, the gates have opened. We just need to pass through without him noticing us.
Oops, he caught up with us. Maybe the items we have in our inventory can help us. For example, this cloak.
Wow, so it's an invisibility cloak. I think he can still see us a bit, but it's definitely throwing him off. Plus, this cloak increases our speed.
The cloak is cool, but in this challenge, it's not as useful anymore. Here, we need good reflexes.
The path is clear, we can go.
Whew, we dodged that skillfully. That was a trap from the developer.
Look, it seems we need to take this lift. It looks like it's straight out of the Stone Age. I don't think it's very safe, but we have no other choice. The main thing is to be ready for anything.
Oh, judging by the lightning bolt on this vending machine, I can guess what's about to happen.
Yes, we definitely know this drink. Get ready to jump.
Hey, Dobie, let's talk a bit more about Inside Out 2. I was really impressed with how the director portrayed emotions as individual personalities inside a person's head.
Yes, Labrador, that's essentially the most important aspect of the film. I liked how each emotion was vividly expressed and how they interacted with each other.
It was especially interesting to see how the director showed that each emotion has its own goals and tasks, and how they influence our behavior.
Absolutely. Each of them represented a kind of separate character with their own traits and reactions. This added depth to the understanding of the main character's inner world.
And I like the idea that the emotions work as a team to help the person make decisions. They don't always agree, but ultimately each of them plays their part.
Yes, it's like a mirror of our own experience. We often feel different emotions, and it's important to understand them and find a balance between them.
Exactly, Dobie. Inside Out 2 was not only an entertaining film, but also provided a lot of food for thought about how we perceive and manage our emotions.
I agree 100%. That's why such films are so important. They help us better understand ourselves and the world around us.
Well, Dobie, next time we have the chance, let's watch something similar.
While we were discussing the movie, we made quite a bit of progress. I think the mini-boss will be coming up soon.
Oh, I was wondering what those strange sounds were. I thought I was hallucinating, but it turned out to be some small metal balls. They were probably supposed to hinder us, but somehow they passed by without hitting us.
In this challenge, we need to shut off 3 valves. By the way, did you notice that we're exactly above the place where we were a minute ago?
Oops, I got distracted and stepped on a mine. Of course I noticed. It reminds me of Tower of Hell. If you want to see this place on our channel, let us know in the comments. Dobie, remember at the very beginning we talked about spiders and you were surprised I mentioned them? Well, I want to tell everyone the story of how we saved our town from an invasion of giant spiders.
I know what you're talking about. All right, let me start. It began like any other day. Labrador and I were patrolling the outskirts of town, enjoying the peace and quiet. But suddenly, I noticed something strange. Huge footprints leading into the forest. We decided to check it out.
When we followed the tracks, they led us to an abandoned building. Dobby, do you remember how we saw those massive webs and felt that something was off?
Yes, I immediately knew these weren't ordinary spiders. We carefully entered the building and discovered a giant spider's nest. And the worst part, it was full of its offspring, which were also enormous.
As we started investigating, it became clear that these weren't just giant spiders. They were exotic species meant for the zoo, but one had escaped along the way. In the wild, it stumbled upon some abandoned juice that somehow turned it into a giant.
Exactly. This spider found a secluded spot and began to grow to enormous sizes. But the worst part was that its offspring were also affected by this juice. They started growing huge and began spreading out, infesting homes and even attacking unsuspecting animals.
Hey, Dobby, while we were telling our story, we've reached the mini-boss, the boss of this prison. I can already see the weapon that will help us defeat him. The cloak is going to be very useful.
Let's go, Labrador. I think we'll handle him very quickly, especially since he looks so fat and clumsy.
Chew on this burger, take that!
His HP is going down quickly, what a shame. Hey, fatty.
Ouch, that hurt. It seems he's really quick on his little feet.
No worries, he couldn't even take us out in one go. The main thing is to keep a safe distance.
Just a little more, he's almost at 0. Oops, he threw something at us.
Hooray, he exploded.
He was very easy. I think it was meant to lower our guard, meaning the final boss is very close. So let's prepare to fight at any moment. But for now, we can continue our story. Where did we leave off? We knew we had to act fast. We called for backup and began devising a plan to capture and relocate these spiders. It took a lot of effort and time to track down and gather all the spiders. It wasn't easy, as they had spread all over the town.
We found the perfect place, a specially designated island where the spiders could live without posing a threat to the town. Together with our colleagues and zoo specialists, we managed to relocate all the giant spiders to this island.
It was a tough mission, but thanks to teamwork and determination, we managed to save the town from this menace. We knew we couldn't have done it alone. Teamwork and support were crucial.
Now the town is safe again, and we can be proud of overcoming such a challenging task. This story taught us a lot. It's important to be vigilant, act quickly, and always work together as a team.
Yes, and even though it wasn't easy, we're glad we could help our community and protect it from danger.
Labrador, I can see this challenge is significantly more difficult. I hope we can manage it on the first try.
I'm sure we'll succeed. After all, we've handled tougher challenges before.
Wow, we're so agile jumping over that beam. It's no wonder you've been into parkour since school.
Yeah, another challenge conquered for the record books.
And here's the final boss. Well, hello, Joy.
She's in a giant robotic suit with miniguns on her arms.
Great. They didn't forget to give us weapons. I think it's best to disable her weapons first, and then move on to destroying that suit.
We're doing really well. The first arm is almost detached.
Oops, she hit us a bit. We must be standing too close. We need to back up a few meters.
I can already feel the victory. By the way, did you notice that while we're shooting at her weapons, her main HP is also decreasing? That's working in our favor.
Hooray! Finally, we defeated her. That was the last and toughest challenge.
You can congratulate us with a like. Is it really not over yet? Maybe we need to drive away in that car.
Labrador, this adventure will stay with me for a long time. Thanks for being with me. You're a great partner.
Thank you so much, Dobby, for your kind words. But ahead of us, there are still more adventures because we're moving on to the next place. Hello, dear friends. Today, Dobby and I will be playing the scariest map in Roblox, Doors. We are in for a lot of mysterious challenges, and most importantly, we'll be accompanied by various jump scares and a creepy atmosphere throughout the journey. We hope you enjoy watching.
Yes, hello everyone. That's right, Sheriff Labrador. The fans have been asking us to play this map a lot. Thanks to all the likes and comments. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, we've already passed through 2 rooms.
Dobby, finally, we'll test your mettle. You always say you're not afraid of anything, but on all the maps we've played, You've always tucked your tail in fear. Ha ha ha.
Let's focus on the game, Labrador. I hope you didn't forget to put on a diaper yourself.
Look at how many people are with us. I think they, like us, decided to test their nerves. Dobie, how often do you play horror games alone? I get really scared when I'm by myself. It's always less scary with friends.
I don't really like playing alone either. It's definitely calmer with friends. Plus, you can always chat and share interesting stories with friends. It's strange. We're already at the 10th door and haven't encountered a single monster. Maybe the game glitched?
I don't think so, Dobie. These kinds of games love to wait for just the right amount of time, and then a really scary monster suddenly jumps out at you.
Ah, did you see the lights flicker? I think that's a sign that a monster is about to attack.
What? Where did we get teleported to? What should we do? We probably just need to keep moving forward and not look back. It's really scary.
Oh, I get it. We can't just keep moving forward. Let's be careful and watch out for any signs or clues.
Exactly, Dobie. When the turnaround sign appears on the screen, we need to make sure we don't miss it. I hope our whole team handles this monster, or it'll be even scarier alone. By the way, where is everyone? Maybe they got teleported to a nearby room? If that's the case, how does this monster track each player? Maybe there are several of them.
You mean several identical monsters? That's not a bad theory. Maybe we're being teleported to different worlds altogether.
Yes, we defeated the first monster. Looks like our whole team is okay too. Great job, Dobie. It seems there are 2 doors here and only 1 is correct. Do you remember the number of the previous door? It seems it was the 11th door. Oh, there's no 12th door here at all.
I definitely remember that the previous door was number 13. It seems the girl sacrificed herself for our team. Oh no, she's fine. But it must have been painful.
What's that blue light? Could it be another monster attacking us so quickly? I better just walk past as quickly as possible. It's not bothering me anyway. Looks like it was harmless.
We've already encountered 2 monsters. I wonder how many more there are. Please write in the comments. What do you think, Sheriff Labrador? How many doors will we pass today? Judging by our pace, we have a chance to reach the 100th door and beat the game. I really hope so.
I think we'll reach the 50th door. While you were talking, we met an absolutely identical monster with a blue glow. It seems to exist solely to psychologically scare us with its presence. Such jump scares only work on kids. But we've seen worse, haven't we? Perhaps the farther we go, the more frequently we'll encounter monsters. I wonder if it's possible for there to be 10 monsters in one room at once.
Let's keep going. I think we'll encounter a new monster soon. And here comes an attack. The lights are flickering again. Let's run into the closet.
Well, where is it? Was that attack fake and they just scared us? Listen to the sounds. Something cracked, probably the light bulbs.
It seems like we're about to suffocate. We should have practiced holding our breath. Ah, did you see that? Someone just ran by. It's a new monster.
We've already passed 20 rooms, though I don't see one of our team members. Hopefully he'll catch up if you're not dead. Here's a grill. Is this the end? Oh no, it seems we need to do something in the basement to open the gate of the grill. Maybe we need to find something like a button or a lever.
Yes, I think there will definitely be something useful here. Maybe even a flashlight. I think I see a lever behind the grill. Great, he did it.
Let's tell the guys a scary story with an unexpected ending about how you and I went on a spooky quest.
Oh no, just don't remind me of that. I just forgot.
Once I, Sheriff Labrador, along with my partner Dobie, decided to unwind a bit and accept an invitation to a new quest that had opened nearby our precinct. It was called the Labyrinth of Horrors, and we were assured it would be a fun experience. We arrived at the quest, and right at the entrance, we were greeted by an ominous atmosphere. Dim lighting, gloomy decorations, and eerie sounds. But we were confident. What could frighten 2 sheriffs who had been through so many trials?
As we entered the maze, I was full of determination to prove that we weren't easily frightened. The first rooms were amusing, strange sounds and flashes of light. But the further we went, the scarier it became. In one of the rooms, vicious creatures suddenly appeared. Labrador seemed unfazed, but I could feel my heart pounding more and more. It was especially terrifying to encounter a huge wolf that unexpectedly leaped out of the shadows. We kept going, and the tension was mounting. At one of the turns, we were confronted by a group of terrifying clowns. Their menacing grimaces and sinister laughter making me flinch. I tried to hold it together, but fear was starting to take over.
In one of the last rooms, just when we thought nothing could be scarier, a huge bear with glowing eyes suddenly leaped out from around the corner. Dobie flinched and I felt him wobble slightly. At that moment, I heard a faint sound and realized that Dobie was genuinely scared. I looked at him and saw a dark stain spreading on his pants, which amused me a lot, but I tried not to show it. We hurried towards the exit, where the quest operator greeted us with a wide smile on his face. We pretended like everything was under control, but I knew that this experience would stay with us for a long time.
Wow, I'd rather forget about it forever, like a bad dream. Why did you record it on video? Now everyone will find out about it. How am I supposed to walk down the street calmly now?
Don't worry, you don't get recognized on the street as often as I do. By the way, do you remember the number of the last door? It was 29, so we should go to the 30th. Hey, girl, this way for us. Open this door.
Oh no, she can't hear you. Write in the chat. But you don't have to write anymore. I hope she survived. Let's just open this door ourselves.
Wow, we found a lockpick. We definitely need to try it out.
My nose is itching. That's not a good sign.
Do you see that? There are scary eyes on the wall. Maybe it's a new monster, and you're not supposed to look at them? Although, we would have died long ago. Let's just keep going.
It suddenly got really dark. The perfect moment to scare us. Did you hear that? Ah!
Pooh, that was really scary. I hope you didn't wet yourself, because ahead of us awaits one of the bosses of this map. Seek.
Very funny. You screamed just as loudly as I did. Better prepare yourself mentally. We'll need to run and crawl through obstacles during the battle with the boss.
How do you know all this, Dobie?
To be honest, I've been preparing.
So you wouldn't be scared?
As you can see, it didn't help much.
Here it comes, it's starting. My paws are already sweating. Phew, let's go.
Run, run, run.
Don't worry, Dobie, we got this. The main thing is to stay alert.
I hope we won't get crushed by a wardrobe. Just don't look back or you might trip and fall.
Did you notice that during the boss battle, we also pass through doors because the room number increases?
That's true. It would be nice to make it all the way to the end of the game like this, because this boss is easier than the boss at the 50th door.
The main thing is not to get caught in the fire. Ouch, it seems like I just singed my tail.
Hooray, we did it. Look how we left him behind. He seemed quite slow. Let's tease him, ha ha ha.
Just be careful. The door might suddenly slam shut and we'll be left alone with him.
Looks like he slammed into the door at full speed, but serves him right. It seems like there are fewer and fewer of us, which doesn't make me happy, but it also shows that you and I are doing pretty well. Maybe we really will make it to the last door.
Meanwhile, we're almost to another boss. Figure. Oh, the lights are flickering again, but we already know what to do.
As far as I know, there are 2 types of monsters on this map that you need to hide from in the closet. The first one is Rush, and the second one is Ambush. The difference is that Ambush can fly by several times in a row, and you can't stay in the closet for too long.
Oh no, Dobie, this guy for some reason came out of the closet too early. I feel sorry for him. He probably blinked and thought the monster had already left. Sigh. Minus one more team member. Well, at least we got his lockpicks and lighter. Let's tell the guys an interesting story about how we saved the city from the cunning plan of a mad scientist to infect all electronic devices. This was the time when we, Sheriff Labradors and Dobie, decided to take a break from our usual work and head to the gaming club in the heart of the city. We couldn't afford to relax often, but sometimes we needed a bit of entertainment too. As soon as we entered the gaming club, we were surrounded by the sound of coins, flashing lights, and excited voices. We headed towards the arcade machines, and I noticed an old machine in the corner that always caught my attention.
We forgot about our work and got completely immersed in the world of arcade games. But suddenly, one of the machines malfunctioned. The screen started flickering and occasionally showed strange images that evoked horror and fear. People began to scream and panic.
We immediately realized that something was wrong. Dobie and I decided to check what was happening with this machine. When we approached it, I noticed a strange device connected to its back panel. It seemed to be some kind of signal transmission device.
While we were dealing with this, we received a call from the sheriff's office. It turned out that electronic devices throughout the city had started displaying similar symptoms. We realized that this was not a coincidence, but the cunning plan of some mad scientist.
We rushed to take action. Our top priority was to find this scientist and stop him before he caused even more damage to our city. We used all of our skills and resources to track down his whereabouts.
Thanks to our persistence and cooperation, we managed to find his hideout in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. He was attempting to activate his device to cause even more chaos, but we thwarted him just in time.
We arrested him and prevented a catastrophe. This incident reminded us that even during leisure time, we must always be vigilant and ready to act when necessary. And although this experience was scary and tense, we were able to overcome it together, like true partners and friends.
Yes, it's wonderful to be a sheriff and have such a loyal and wonderful partner like you. Here we go, Sheriff Labrador. We've reached the next boss. We need to prepare ourselves mentally because it's going to be very challenging.
So, dear friends, this video is coming to an end. If you want to see the continuation of our game, please like and subscribe to the channel. What? Where are we, Dobie?
I don't know, but it looks a lot like a children's room with toys everywhere.
Wait a minute, it can't be. This looks like the
Evil Doll's room?
Hello, everyone! Today, Dobie and I are going to escape from the Evil Doll's house. What will we encounter?
And what awaits us will be a multitude of amazing and mysterious challenges. Our goal is not only to escape, but also to defeat the evil doll herself.
Just look at this room. It even has a special atmosphere that makes you start to feel like a child again.
I completely agree with you, Labrador. Today we will also plunge into childhood and explore the house of this doll.
So, it looks like we need to go through this small passage. The arrows lead to the house. Hopefully, the battle with the doll won't start too soon.
We picked up some candy. I wouldn't try it. She might have poisoned it. We need to find 10 of these candies.
It seems like we need to jump here. Let's postpone it for a bit and explore this house. Maybe we'll find something useful here.
Great. It wasn't in vain that we looked around. We found another candy.
Hooray! Checkpoint so we can die.
How much she loves herself, hanging her own portraits. I think you took your phrase too seriously. There was no need to die for a check.
I accidentally thought it was okay to walk there.
Ahead is another hole. Where are we descending to? It's like we're not far from hell.
Doesn't look like hell. It's a mountain of dishes here.
Listen, for me, a mountain of dishes is hell. I hate washing them.
And I'm the opposite. I enjoy it. I turn on my favorite playlist and sing along. It really lifts my spirits.
It's very strange. It seems like this place hasn't been cleaned in years. Maybe instead of washing dishes, she just buys new ones?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I can't think of any other explanation for this mess.
It feels like we still have forever to go. I don't see the end in the distance. These arrows do have a mesmerizing effect, almost as if they're intentionally arranged to create an illusion or induce hallucinations.
Did you notice that in this room the floor is lava? But I see roses in this lava. It seems like these are hallucinations.
I see them too. Great, we've reached another checkpoint.
It seems like there's finally an end. Phew, I hope the next location won't involve parkour. I'm a bit tired already.
Some creepy toys, perhaps a demon has possessed them, or the souls of children are trapped inside them. Brr! Scary. By the way, did you know that in Poppy Playtime, the toys aren't actually bloody, but it's a mixture of red Poppy? I recently studied the storyline of this game. It's very interesting.
No, I didn't know. I'll definitely check it out in my free time, but just look at how we were fooled. It turns out we didn't see the real end, but now we can see the house in the distance. It seems like we should head there.
Let's hurry up then. I can even see a Ferris wheel. It's a very interesting location. I'd like the amusement park to be close to our police station.
Hey, Dobie, have you ever thought about candies?
Of course, Lab. Who doesn't love sweets?
True that. But do you have a favorite candy?
Well, I think my choice is chocolate candies with nuts. What about you?
I prefer caramel candies. They're like a sweet sound in the middle of the workday.
Agreed. Sometimes caramel can be a real lifesaver. But you know what's even better than candies?
I don't think anything can be better than candies. Well, maybe even more candies.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the same page with you. Candies are just incredibly delicious.
You just look at her. Why is she sitting there staring at us and didn't even say hello?
It seems to me she pretended to be an inanimate doll, but was actually watching us.
Then it's even scarier. Maybe we need to walk around here and find a way to open the gates.
Here it is, the button. Looks like we need to press 3 of these.
It says you can hide here. Looks like we're about to face some dangerous challenge.
Let's go.
And here she is, descending on her long braids. How does she see anything with those eyes?
Oops, let's hide quickly. I want to watch her from a safe place.
Let's climb higher. Maybe she won't notice us that way.
Did you see that? Her braids just flickered past the room. I'd hold my breath.
We mustn't forget our current task, namely to press 2 more buttons.
It's good that we took a look around. It's never unnecessary. Actually, I see quite a few rooms here where we can hide, so this challenge will be very easy for us, especially considering that we have experience as sheriffs.
I constantly hear her whispering. It's very unsettling.
Oh no, she's behind us. We need to hurry and press this button and hide. Let's lighten the mood and ease the tension by telling the folks a couple of interesting stories.
Okay, let me get started. It was a regular morning in our quiet town. Sheriff Dobie and I decided to relax a bit and headed to our favorite corner cafe to enjoy some delicious donuts and good conversation. Just as we were starting to savor the aroma of fresh donuts, our tranquility was suddenly disrupted. We received a call from the evil ice cream vendor who allegedly hypnotized children with his ice cream and demanded ransom. Without hesitation, we abandoned the donuts and rushed to the scene. The situation was serious, and we needed to act quickly. Upon arrival at the ice cream stand, we found a group of children with blank, trance-like stares, as if they were indeed under hypnosis. We realized that the ice cream contained some strange component that affected the children's minds. Without wasting any time, we devised a plan. I distracted the ice cream vendor by asking him questions about his ice cream, while Dobie searched for and destroyed the source of the hypnotic influence. Thanks to our coordinated efforts, we were able to expose the villain and free all the children from his control. We apprehended the ice cream vendor and handed him over to the police.
Great story, Labrador. In the meantime, we've passed the first mini challenge and are tackling the parkour again. Let me continue our tales. Waking up to the unexpected sounds of fireworks, I immediately sensed that something was amiss. After all, it was still early in the morning, and such loud noises didn't fit the usual order of things in our town. Getting out of bed, I realized that I needed to check what was going on. Stepping outside, my nose caught something strange. The smell of smoke and fire. Sheriff Labrador, my faithful partner, was already waiting for me outside my house, and his expression said it all. Something serious had happened. Following our instincts, we decided to investigate the area where we heard the fireworks. Soon enough, we found the source of the smoke. A warehouse storing goods for our town was on fire. We quickly approached the scene and began unraveling the puzzle. The traces left at the crime scene told us that it was the work of malicious criminals, unwilling to bring anything good to our town. Gathering all possible evidence, we concluded that our task was to find the culprits and prevent further attacks on our community. Thanks to our efforts and meticulous investigation, we were able to track down the criminals and arrest them before they could do any more harm.
Dobie, you remembered another captivating story as well, but I can already feel that we're close to our goal. The final battle with the boss, the evil doll, is just around the corner. But before that, I want to share one more of my stories. After a long and well-deserved break, when Dobie and I finally returned to work, I felt full of enthusiasm and ready for action. However, to our surprise, the first few hours on duty were completely calm. Not a single call came in, and I began to find it suspicious. Suspicions grew when I noticed that our antenna wasn't transmitting signals. Apparently, something had happened to the wires. We started checking and found that the wires had been chewed through. The culprit turned out to be an evil raccoon, who clearly didn't want us to receive calls and be able to help people. Realizing immediately that our communication was disrupted, I pressed the SOS button to alert the other sheriffs about the problem. We couldn't afford to leave our town unprotected due to unexpected technical issues. Soon after that, the calls started pouring in one after another. It was obvious that people needed our help, and there was no time to waste. Dobie and I immediately headed to the scenes to assist those in need.
Oh my God, while you were telling us your story, we've already started battling the evil doll. Let's give her a fight.
Did you see how that giant candy nearly hit us on the head? We need to not only aim at it, but also dodge its attacks.
She seems to really love sweets. How is she not stuck in another place? Oh, she's a doll.
Shoot more accurately, our shots are missing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
By the way, Dobie, have you ever thought about the harm of sweets?
Of course, Lab. Sweets can be delicious, but they can also be harmful, especially if consumed in excess.
Exactly. I've noticed that lately our residents have been consuming too many sweets. This can lead to health problems, especially for children.
Yes, and not just for children. We need to inform our citizens about the importance of balanced nutrition and limiting the consumption of sweets.
Agreed. Let's organize a campaign to educate people about the dangers of excessive sugar consumption. Together, we can make our city healthier and stronger.
Yes, we did it. Well done, Sheriff Labrador.
Hold on, maybe we haven't won yet. I'm not quite sure what she's doing right now.
It seems like I understand what's about to happen, and I'm glad about it.
Oh my, what a ridiculous death. It must be quite embarrassing, especially considering she almost had us for dinner.
Absolutely! It's time to celebrate our victory for real now!
Sometimes even the cringiest dances feel like a victory lap, don't they?
I agree with you, but it's still good that other players don't see it.
It seems like we've reached the end of this place, which means it's time to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching us escape from this house today, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, don't forget to suggest other Roblox places for us to play. We're not saying goodbye. See you later.